From the mining news, this is what you should expect. Sinceli mine still a risk, and this is according to the ZNS commander. Chingola farmer laments mine pollution's toll on agriculture. More details are coming up.
Given the opportunity in 2013, and since then I haven't looked back. So growing up in Kitwe, I lived in Nkana East, so I could always look up to the slag dumps that always used to tip off at 1800. So you'll know them today as Black Mountain. But as a youngster from my house, I could actually look across Nkana East and see the slag dumps, and it always was as a young boy an exciting and interesting thought about, well, that's the end product, what happens before that? And I don't think I quite understood and appreciated how complex and how interesting the mining process can be, whether it's underground or open pit. But I certainly wanted to know more about it. I was endeared to it. And further growing up at that particular point, First Quantum had just opened up the Bonamakubwa mine. And the idea of a mine that was previously closed now being reopened with the entrepreneurship idea that it can actually yield value and return an operating entity into the industry always made me feel that this was an entrepreneurial company that I wanted to be a part of.
The Zambia National Service Commander Lieutenant General Maliti Solochi says the Sinceli mine in Chingola still poses serious safety risks and should not be opened for mining activities without proper assessment. General Solochi, who is on a 2-day working visit on the Copperbelt province, said that while there is mounting pressure from youths eager to engage in mining activities at the site, the area remains dangerous and demands cautious consideration. Speaking when he paid a courtesy call on Copperbelt Province Minister Elisha Matambo at his office, General Solochi added that ZNS continues to operate the area to prevent unauthorized access and safeguard lives. Meanwhile, Copperbelt Minister Elisha Matambo said safety must remain the top priority, especially following the death of over 30 people at the site in 2023.
Sinceli mine in Chingola remains a concern for both security and safety, with authorities cautioning against rushing to open the site for mining activities. On a 2-day working visit to the Copperbelt, Zambia National Service Commander Lieutenant General Maliti Solochi toured the province and reaffirmed ZNS' commitment to protecting lives by keeping the site under strict monitoring.
Just pacify the issue of Sinceli mine, because which I spoke to the minister yesterday, that still it's not safe. So we needed to find a honorable way of handling Sinceli mine so that our people, the youths, can find what to do and probably we provide them safe ways of mining.
General Solochi said that despite the mounting pressure from youths eager to begin mining operations, the risks at the mine remain high and cannot be ignored.
And also to ask the license holders how they could allow, because the tenements are too big, such that maybe they can allow a few youths to work there so that they find what to do. So this is the reason why we are here, Honorable Minister.
He made the remarks when he paid a courtesy call on Copperbelt Minister Elisha Matambo, who also stressed the importance of life over economic gain.
We have to come up with a way, like you have said, where if they will be given the chance to mine, it must be safe so that when they go, they come back alive. Of course, there will be need maybe to give them a skill on how they can mine safely. Yes. But you have also mentioned that the area is too big. They should give them some portion. I 100% agree with you.
Over 30 lives were lost at the site in 2023, making Sinceli one of the most tragic mine accident zones in recent memory. The government continues to emphasize the need for proper regulation and engagement before any resumption of activities.
We need to support them by giving them a skill. We need to support them when it comes to safety. And I think your coming will definitely make a difference. Yes. Because I can tell you that partly the economy of Chingola, for example, when KCM was closed, was sustained by the same boys. Except we also don't want illegality. Illegal mining should not be entertained.
For now, ZNS officers remain on the ground, ensuring that no unauthorized mining take place as a dialogue with stakeholders continue. Lavmo Sondesh for Diamond News in Ndola.
More from the mining news. A long-serving farmer in Chingola has raised serious concerns over the impact of mining pollution on agriculture productivity in the region, calling on government to act before more livelihoods are destroyed. Now, Charles Mugala, who has been in the farming business for over 40 years, says emissions from Konkola copper mines have repeatedly destroyed his crops. Speaking to Diamond News, Mr. Mugala has revealed that the situation has forced him and other farmers to abandon their farms multiple times in search of clearer, safer land. He has further called on authorities to take urgent action to protect farmers and ensure that agricultural lands are safeguarded from industrial contamination. Meanwhile, environmentalist Francis Witola, Executive Director of the Initiative for Environmental Protection, has echoed the farmers' concerns and he stressed the importance of conducting thorough environmental assessments and implementing robust safeguards before operations begin to prevent irreversible damage to ecosystems and communities.
For many years, Zambia's Copper Belt province has been the heartbeat of its economy, a land rich with minerals. But beneath the surface of this prosperity lies a darker truth, a silent threat that's slowly poisoning the very land that feeds its people. While mining has brought development, it has also left a lasting impact on the environment. Pollution from mining activities has been a recurring issue with devastating consequences for communities and their livelihoods. Charles Mugala, a resident of Chingola district who has been in the agriculture business for over 40 years, explains how pollution from the mine has affected his farming.
Before, maybe I can say 10 to 8 years behind that, we were polluted by the KCM. And that issue, it took us a long way from that way, even to date. We were complaining and we are complaining. And for those pollutions, it has forced us, or it has forced me with my fellow farmers in the place that I have been farming to shift from the other place to other places. Yes, this is the challenge that we are having from our farming.
Meanwhile, an environmentalist, Francis Witola, has urged mining companies to prioritize pollution prevention over post-damage compensation.
As much as people afterwards they talk about compensations, let us look at the prevention part of it. Because these things, of course, people may be compensated, but the effects of those chemicals will be there for a long time, and the effects may be very, very disastrous, and some of them can even lead to death.
As the nation pushes for greater economic prosperity through mining, the cries from its poisoned farmlands demand urgent attention and a commitment to a sustainable future. Rogan Labika for Diamond News, Copper Belt Province.
Well, that wraps up the mining news, but let's quickly take a look at the mineral commodity prices.
Mining news sponsored by First Quanta Minerals Limited, operating Kansanshi Mining PLC and FQM Trident Limited.